The United States Surgeon General has warned that we're living in a loneliness epidemic. So many people say they feel isolated and alone. But your story feels different. You didn't end up alone because no one called. You chose the quiet. You saw their name light up on your phone and thought, not today. Not anymore. And instead of feeling empty, you felt calm. Lighter. Like you could finally breathe. You weren't always like this. There was a time when you were the dependable one. The friend who answered at 2 a.m. The family member who kept everyone from fighting. The partner who listened for hours and carried problems that weren't even yours. When something broke, people called you. And you showed up. Every time. You gave advice. You listened to the same stories on repeat. You watched people ignore what you said and come back with the same mess. And you kept answering. Until one day, you didn't. You let the phone ring. And nothing terrible happened. The sky didn't fall. The world kept spinning. The only thing that changed was the noise. It got quieter. That moment wasn't you being cruel. It was your nervous system saying, that's enough. There's a theory called polyvagal theory, created by Dr. Stephen Porges. It explains how our bodies switch into protection mode when we've been stressed too long. When you've given too much for too many years, your body doesn't wait for permission. It pulls back. It saves energy. It shuts down what feels unsafe. And sometimes, people feel unsafe not because they're evil, but because they drain you. If you grew up always reading the room, you understand this deeply. Maybe you learned early how to watch someone's face to see what kind of mood they were in. Maybe you learned that peace could disappear in seconds. So you became careful. Attentive. Hyper-aware. Psychologist Murray Bowen called this emotional cutoff. When closeness feels unpredictable, a child learns that distance can feel safer. That pattern doesn't just disappear when you grow up. It follows you. So now, when someone's behavior feels familiar in a bad way, the friend who only calls when they need something, the relative whose kindness has strings attached, the person who showers you with attention and then disappears, you notice. Quickly. You're not paranoid. Your brain just got very good at spotting patterns. Studies show that people who experienced early emotional stress often develop stronger threat detection in the brain. In simple words, you became skilled at reading people. You can sense when something is off long before anyone says it out loud. So when you walk away, it's rarely random. It's usually after you've seen the cycle one too many times. But here's where honesty matters. There's a difference between healthy protection and building walls so high that no one can reach you. Long-term isolation is not good for the body. It increases the risk of heart disease and stroke. We are wired for connection. We need safe people. The key word is safe. Walls block everyone, the good and the bad. Boundaries are selective. They let the right people in and keep the draining ones out. If you cut someone off and felt relief, that's information. If you felt peace, that's not loneliness. That's your body recognizing safety. Loneliness is wanting connection and not having it. Solitude is choosing quiet and feeling whole inside it. You're not sitting there wishing someone would text. You're sitting there enjoying the silence. That silence feels like rest, not rejection. Some people might say you're running away. But you know you're running toward something better. Toward stability. Toward clarity. Toward a life that doesn't feel chaotic. You are not cold. You are not heartless. You are not incapable of love. You just learned, maybe the hard way, that not everyone deserves access to your time, your attention, or your energy. And instead of becoming bitter, you became selective. There's a long-running study from Harvard that followed people for decades to understand happiness. The conclusion was simple: it's not about having a huge circle. It's about having the right people. So if your world is quieter now, but the few people in it respect you, see you, and give as much as they take, you're not failing at connection. You're finally choosing it wisely. Protecting your peace isn't weakness. It's strength that doesn't need to be loud.